ナードホールズ、ケイレブとウィル、ドラゴンボールを視聴。
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Holes Dragon Ball Rewatch Cast. This is episode 4 already.
Yeah.
So we are finishing up the tournament saga today. So Will, right off the bat, what are your thoughts on the tournament saga?
Yeah, I liked it a lot more than I liked the first half more than I did this, but to me this felt 10 times more like the Dragon Ball I grew up with, because it was like 3 episodes of the same battle.
Yeah,
which
right.
is normal, which is like normal for
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. So
That's low.
yeah, right. Right. So it was, I don't know, I liked it. I didn't dislike it. It was just funny how it went from like all these little kind of skirmishes, like little bat fights to like, oh, it's just like these 2 or 3 people fighting. But I liked it.
Yeah.
I guess that's just how tournaments work, right? Yeah. Eventually it's just a couple people fighting.
Basically, yeah. Basically, the whole storyline comes down to like the end battle of the tournament.
Yeah.
And that rages on for hours and hours. Because
Yeah.
like in canon, what did Jackie Chan and Goku fought in that end battle for like 6 hours or something?
Something like that, yeah.
So that's at least 3 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And 2 hours an episode.
one of your predictions came true. Well, 2. Well, you were skeptical on 1, but your other one was pretty accurate.
Well, I was pretty surprised that the Kamehameha wave would like deform him, you know what I mean? Like I was surprised that could even like happen to him in a sense. You know what I mean? I thought it had to have only been like I thought it was going to reveal that he blasted his tail off type of thing, you know.
Oh, right.
It was like, oh no, look over there. Like I didn't kill him. It was like I was like, oh, he must have shot the tail off. But then you see the tail, and I was like, oh. Then the insane thing happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that has.
He's like blew up the moon. So now going forward, when we watch anything and they show the moon, I'm gonna say, nope, no.
Forgetting about Dragon Ball stuff.
What am I forgetting? Dragon Ball? What do you mean?
Yeah, you're forgetting about Dragon Balls.
Well, that's true.
You can always just wish the moon back. I mean,
that's true.
Because I think they do. Because I think Piccolo blows it up later again. So it's this thing they do. It's like the Death Star. It's the Death Star of Dragon Ball.
Wow.
Yeah. So isn't that funny?
Mess with anything on Earth, no.
But I was referring to like you were like, hey, I don't know, maybe his tail, maybe something to do with his tail, maybe he'll turn into a monkey, and I was like, that's not going to happen during the tournament. So that was cool getting to see.
Yeah, I was honestly really I was interested to see if like he ends up turning into the ape, to be like, okay, how are they gonna, like, is he gonna get I felt like it would have been a dumb storyline for them to be like he turns into the giant ape and then like steps out of bounds and he loses the tournament. I felt like that would have been kind of like stupid.
That's even ridiculous. That's too ridiculous for Dragon. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
So I was really happy that he just stayed there, like bashing the like tournament temple thing.
The temple's not. You like how the temple roof is not out of bounds? That's still part of the arena.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Because he runs back and like changes, right? Yeah. Krillin gives him his clothes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You like when Roshi sticks his foot into the side of the arena?
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I like that move. I like the like what do they call it? The after image move, like both.
Oh yeah.
Double after image, triple after image.
But see,
I
yeah,
was like,
so that's why this episode is cool, because you get to see like Goku's like he has like such a high like potential for like battle and
yeah, like how quickly he
like
picked.
learning
Yeah,
moves on the fly.
yeah,
So like so now he learned how to shoot the Kamehameha wave in that one episode right at the car. But
right.
now he's like fighting Roshi and they're like on par.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty much on par.
Yeah, and you kind of get the feeling that really the only reason he like Roshi says it was just his size. It's literally just the advantage of being
Oh,
bigger than him.
yeah.
But also you kind of get the feeling that if Goku had known exactly how Roshi was doing things, he would have
Yeah.
just kept doing
He would have
those
done it.
things.
Well, plus Goku got really hungry too. That's the other.
I'm interested to see how that gets resolved, because that's really
Yeah.
it's like a funny haha thing, but also I'm like, I'm just curious for like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they really dig into it. I know, like, I can tell you that, like, the Saiyans, that's the thing, is like they have like a super high metabolism,
which would make sense.
so they're always hungry. And so, like, that's a funny thing. That's a funny gimmick, right? Like, Roshi wins the thing, and then he ends up spending all the money on like Goku
Yeah.
to eat all that food. Oh
Yeah,
man, it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
funny. But like that's always a thing. Like in Dragon Ball, that's like what Dragon Ball is known for, is like Goku just cramming like food and
Yeah.
rice, and I mean that continues like his
Oh,
whole
okay.
lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just because they have a high metabolism and they're like they're just built for fighting.
That's cool.
So they're always hungry and they're always trying to like feed their body so they have energy, because like you just run out of energy. That's what's cool is like the end of this battle with Roshi, they're both like tapped
Yeah,
out. And
it's
so but
the thing. I like the thing too. The thing I liked was it was so funny, and I know you were laughing at me just a little bit, but it was like I honestly, like, legitimately, until you kind of did like your like kind of face, I legitimately thought that the Jackie Chung guy was just
Yeah.
another guy
yeah, you're
being
supposed to.
voiced by the same guy who does Master Roshi.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
And then when they start to do it in the show, like Yamcha's, I was like, oh, okay, like
But then he tries to pull his hair off, and
that was really funny too. I liked that part, and then I liked at the end when he's ripping it off. He's like, like he really had it like glued to his head, basically. Yeah,
yeah, he really glued it on.
and that's the thing, though. The
Cool.
only thing I was wondering was like, why though? Like, why did Master Roshi have to be in the tournament? Like, what was his point?
Well, do you like his reasoning or no?
What did he? I don't remember what he said. Was it just the?
Well, he's talking to the episode where he's talking to Nam and
Yeah,
like explaining to him. He's basically just saying like Goku and Krillin are like so like gifted, essentially, that if they came to this tournament, their first tournament, and they just swept the floor with everybody, like what's their point? What's their point of continuing training? You're already stronger than everybody. His point was like, I need to beat them in the tournament to show them like you need to keep training and have something to strive for.
When he was showing him the well.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed it. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
That's kind of his point, right? Is he wants to beat his students to tell them like, hey, look, so you're not.
No, that makes total sense. No, that makes
because even in the
sense.
end, right, when Roshi comes back at the end and they're like, oh, did you see us fight? And he's like, yeah, you did very well, but there's always tougher people out there. There's always going to be someone stronger than you, and you're always going to have to keep. So that's like the thing that like they strive to be, is like the strongest,
Yeah. That makes
So totally that was his point. I like that. I think that's cool. I think that's a cool,
it's
like,
great. No,
wise old like martial art master thing to like teach.
Totally.
Like don't stop training just because you're the strongest.
Yeah.
Because you see how easily they made it to the finals.
Yeah. True.
But that just shows you how strong like Roshi is, like as a human too.
Yeah, it was nice to actually see that Roshi was
not just
like
this old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they kind of make him look really dumb in like the first couple times you see him. I mean, he does the cool thing with the Ox King and all that. Like he does cool stuff, but like
he's supposed to be this old goof,
Yeah.
But that's the best, right? When it's always this old mastered.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like Yoda. He's
Right.
oh, how you get so big? But he's like, he's got more. He can lift the TIE fighter out of the swamp, right? And he's
Right.
6,000 years old. That's to me that I like
Yeah.
that stuff. Did you? Because we always talk. Not as heavy. So we always talk about like our love for like martial art movies and stuff. Like, how cool is it getting to see Roshi use the drunken boxing
Oh wow,
technique?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really cool because he was like, oh no, punch.
And Goku counteracts it with the crazy monkey technique. I love
Yeah.
I love that stuff. He's like, "What are you
Oh,
doing?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, so
yeah.
good. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
good. But it's
I
cool
thought
too to see. No, go ahead.
I was just that it made me think about when you said it, it made me think about the merry-go-round gum. Is that what it was called?
Oh yeah,
And he was just like, it
yeah.
was something like, yeah, and he was like,
From
just like
Giran,
that.
right? From Giran, yeah.
Yeah, Garen, yeah. Just him thinking of just like he did the same kind of like he was just like getting charged up for something he didn't know what he was gonna do, and then when he was the monkey, crazy monkey
Yeah.
technique, what is he gonna do?
Yeah, I like it. So that's what I was gonna say. It's kind of the same thing as like, so Goku's strong like on his own, but like with his tail, like basically all his strength comes from his tail.
Yeah,
So it
clearly,
was
yeah,
cool to get to see it come back.
yeah. I thought totally to your to go along with your tail comment. I thought totally that when he was like he somebody hit him out of it. Was it Nam? I think Nam hits him out,
Mm,
or maybe Jackie Chung, but they think he's gone, and they were like, "Oh, he's flying," and I thought before after he used the Nimbus, I thought he was going to be now like doing Saiyan stuff, like flying around like they do,
oh
where
yeah,
they like, kind of like soar through the sky. But he was using the tail as a helicopter. Yeah, it was
that's pretty funny, right?
It was funny.
Yeah, no, I like how they using the Nimbus is like he can't use the Nimbus again.
Yeah,
So you see, it's kind of fun. Like you get to see all this like side stuff that like they use
oh yeah,
to help them in the battle. And they're like, "That's no, we can't do that. We can't use that."
yeah. It was kind of weird. The only thing I thought was kind of weird is they kept the announcer guy was then somehow the referee and also like
Yeah,
the judge, but not the judge because he was
but the dog guy is like actually in charge of the thing,
right.
right? Because like you forget about him until like the very end when he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh well, if there's two knockouts, normally that would be two disqualifications, but because it's the end, like it's
yeah.
whoever gets to stand." And then he looks, and the dog's like, "Wow." Like, all right, whoever stands up and
Yeah,
says, "I'm the champion,"
yeah,
and
yeah,
Goku's
yeah,
like, "I'm the champ."
yeah. That was good.
Pretty
I
good.
really like.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's cool not to have Goku or Krillin win the battle, win the tournament.
No, right.
Getting to see Great Ape form again. I love how everybody thinks that like Roshi, like they all thought like Roshi just like blew him up too. They
Yeah. I can't believe it. Yeah,
Goku. That episode ends.
yeah. With Krillin, yeah. You can't be gone.
Oh man, I know you. And your favorite thing too is you love when Goku's naked too. That's your favorite thing.
That's my like majorly favorite thing. Yeah.
But it was funny this time when he's like saying he's trying to fight and finish the thing, and he's like, "What are you fellas laughing at?"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, the thing that
Mm,
makes me laugh is the thing I'm learning from Dragon Ball from this is that don't assume the end of like the saga is going to be something that you would anticipate.
yeah.
Because like saga one ends with him wishing for comfortable underwear. And I just didn't think that that was what it was going to be. And then this ends and it's like he gets all the money and you're like, okay, he's going to make an amazing like house or whatever and do something for the island. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
like 98% of his money goes to feeding Goku type of thing.
Yeah. But you saw what he was actually going to spend his money on. It wasn't nothing to do with his.
True. That's
It's
true.
so stupid. Oh man.
And then what did he I thought it was cool too. He gave Nam the capsule thing. That
Oh
was
yeah.
cool.
So that's the funny thing too, because this is like the second time that I've watched this. Is the I feel like the Nam stuff kind of drags out on your second watch through.
Oh, okay.
Or just like every time Nam goes to do something, it goes back to, oh brother, I'm so thirsty and
I'm
hungry.
so thirsty. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
What are we going to do without any water?
Not even the carrots are going to, yeah.
Even the carrots are shriveled up and dead now. Yeah, so Roshi gives him that capsule that can like hold anything. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's great, but I don't have any money to buy water. And Roshi's like, I don't know where you come from, but water's free everywhere. So what is this place out in the desert where they live that like they have to pay for water? And it was like, why don't
Terrible
you just
place.
move out of the desert?
Can't. No
Can't
money.
do it. Cannot do it. I think they showed Nam's village again in the next season, and they explain a little bit more stuff, and it's like,
Oh,
okay.
good. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. I was hoping that some of those people that they introduced, like, kind of resurface again. Not Bacterian. I'm not interested in seeing Bacterian, but
or
the like
what's the girl too?
Oh, Ren fan.
Yeah, Rin Fran. Yeah.
Ren. Yeah.
How funny is that? Like that's like she's not even like a martial artist. She's
just yeah.
And everyone's like,
And they
oh
also
no, oh, oh.
Like right in the back of the neck, right?
Yeah. Oh, so good. He karate chops her.
Yeah. Is it the last? Are we going to see Launch again?
Yeah, I'm sure.
They mention her at the end, but they don't
launch. Yeah, failure to launch. Yeah, I think she's still in it for a while. Yeah. Yeah,
it was cool. I like that. This, I mean, you don't have to say anything, but I feel like, now like the next thing is like going to be the lead up to the Dragon Balls being collected again, and then you have the next lead up of like another tournament where he's going to try.
Yeah,
Krillin and Goku are going to try to fight again.
Right, because there's a tournament every year.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that. But yeah, so I like the tournament arc. I like to get to see everybody kind of fight, and it shows a lot of people's characters too. It shows like when Goku gives Nam like the food, like takes away from Girin, and you can just see that like Goku like really cares about other people.
Yeah,
and even Roshi, like Roshi's he's supposed to be this old pervert guy, but he knew like what Nam was, and he like has the power to like read his mind too, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
kind of showed that. Yeah. So he helps him out, and yeah, it's just cool. It's cool you get to see everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Cool. Krillin gets to beat up his old dojo, and
that's true.
And even after that, like they get their butt whooped by Krillin, and then they're talking to Girin that night in that like picking a fight with him. Like, why are you picking a fight with this giant like dinosaur guy?
Yeah, like this dragon dinosaur thing, and he's just like, watch out for that tail.
I like how he gets knocked out of the ring too, and then he like just flies back. Oh, he can fly. It's like, yeah, he's got giant wings.
Giant wings. Oh. No one ever breaks out. Yeah.
I'll like a glass of milk, please.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was.
Yeah. And Yamcha fight's pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't get used to that. Don't get used to seeing Yamcha fight good.
No, I wouldn't.
The other thing too is you kind of get to see how like shallow Bulma is too. Because she's
Yeah,
like,
true.
oh, I wonder what this Jackie Chun guy's like, and they're like, Bulma, you're with Yamcha's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean I can't like look for my next boyfriend.
Very true. Very true.
So she spends the whole first season looking for a boyfriend, and now she's got one, and she's like, yeah, well, I can just look for the next one too.
Yeah, I mean, if Yamcha doesn't make it, you just move on.
Yeah. Well, kind of what ends up happening is Yamcha's always dead, so she else. Oh man,
Another
that's funny.
thrilling mystery.
Oh boy, that's pretty good. So yeah, that kind of covers the basis of this finishing
Yeah, I
the
mean, really,
tournament arc.
it's just fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much just fighting. Some cool stuff. So I have a surprise for you. Since this is the end of the arc, we're gonna you know how you like to torture me and make me answer questions?
I do.
So this is gonna be a little bit more I'm not gonna say it's more fun, but it's Dragon Ball themed, obviously. It's gonna be a lot better because I'm a better host and I'm not talking about Star Trek. So
I love it.
Here's what we're doing. There are seven questions.
Okay.
You know why there's 7 questions?
Because of 7 Dragon Balls.
Good. Okay. So for the 1-star ball, who is the most forgettable character in the tournament saga?
In the tournament saga? Oh my goodness. It's got to be the guy that Goku just kind of like pats on the back of his knee and he goes out of the ring. I mean, it's got to be. A lot of the other guys, at least there's a little bit of a fight, but that guy, I mean, he was
like one and done.
And then,
that's I get you for 3.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Goku's like, I'm over here, and he's like,
yeah.
Like breaks his Achilles heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so for the 2-star Dragon Ball, what is your favorite character from the tournament saga? Yeah, it's hard because normally you would think you would just say, "Oh, well, Goku," but there's so many good characters in the show that it's not like, one is always like top of the list,
Yeah, I know. That's tough. Yeah, I kind of like Krillin.
Mm-hmm.
Only because, like, Master Roshi is like this, like we were talking about, like this high end, ancient, like knows everything kind of guy, and Goku we know as viewers like he's a Saiyan, so he has like the ability to be more than what he looks like, right? He's more than meets the eye. But Krillin is just a person, he's just a just a guy.
He's just a regular kid training to be.
Yeah. So to me, I like Yamcha a lot, but Yamcha is a little goofy, and it's fine. I like Yamcha. Yeah. It's just like in putting those two guys up together who are like the same. Because like you said, the Nam stuff was like good, but it was just very much like I don't know. It was just very much like, I have to do this, and I don't want to do any of this, but I have to. And they're just like, okay, all right.
They really ham it up because you, as the viewer, know like Nam's not going to win the tournament.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, Krillin's a great answer.
I think Krillin,
yeah, I like Krillin a lot too. He stays pretty consistent,
Yeah, I think when I looked at his like fight with Bacterian and his fight with Jackie Chung and everything, like I was more invested to see how he was going to get out of it, because like you knew going forward, like Goku is gonna, he's the obvious choice, but the reality is it's like that it's gonna be a bigger battle because this kid is not just a kid like Krillin is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Krillin isn't a kid, but he's a He's not like.
Well, I think he's a year older than Goku at the time.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're both.
Thought
Yeah,
he
they're
was
both about the same age.
thought he was like a short little man or something.
No, well, he grows up to be a short little man.
Oh, okay.
No, they're right now they're the same age almost.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. All right. So for the 3-star Dragon Ball, who is the MVP? So it's kind of the same lines as like favorite character, but
Feel like it's got to be Master Roshi
yeah,
because knowing now being reminded that that was his purpose of entering the tournament, that's kind of like a pretty boss thing to do to
Yeah.
like like get in there and defeat these guys so that they don't stop training and getting better and better and better and better.
yeah.
Like
That's a really
basically
good.
the mentality of Roshi is what's eventually he's going to be one of the people that pushes Goku down the path that we all know and love and
Mhm.
like Goku. And it's like it's because Master Roshi is making sure he stays on this path of constant work on himself and like
Yeah.
always trying to better himself.
Without Roshi training Krillin and Goku, they both would not be like wanting to help other people and eventually like
Right.
save the planet hundreds of times.
Exactly.
So it's really like his training and teaching that installs like who they are as people going forward. So that's a really good, that's a really good choice. Okay, so for the 4-star Dragon Ball, what is your favorite like fight scene, best fight scene?
stuff. I like when the two Kamehameha waves go against each other. That was very much like the Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, I know it's a little silly, but I really liked it. I really liked Goku and Nam like fighting in the air.
Oh yeah.
Like when they jump up and they're like, he's like, oh, and then they attack and then they jump up again and he's like, how is he higher than me? And then they're like fighting. And I really
It's really good.
because we hadn't seen it yet, and I'm really used to that from seeing
Just
a few
always fighting
episodes.
in the sky. Yeah, they're
Always fighting
Yeah.
in the air. Yeah, so I really like and the
Well-
tournament people like not seeing them and not knowing what's going on.
Mhm.
Oh, you know what also was really funny? Yeah, but it wasn't the best thing. It was a really funny fight scene was when Krillin and Jackie Chung fight each other, and then Krillin passes out from getting hurt, and they're like, "Well, we didn't see what happened. Could you explain it?" And he's like, "Absolutely." And they go and do the breakdown of like everything, and he's like, "I was gonna punch him, but then he spit on my hand."
So I moved to the left and I got ready
Yeah.
for. Oh my god, I forgot about that scene, dude. That is so.
Yeah,
God, that is really fun when they're reenacting it and they're like, "What happened?" And like, well, I was coming in like this, and I saw him coming, so I went like this. And I saw him duck, so I went like this.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's really funny.
It's a
But no,
toss up.
the-
I think the actual because it's not really a fight scene; it's a retelling of a fight scene. So I think the Nam and Goku fighting in the air was cool.
Yeah. Well, that is it's specifically in that move, like when they finally go up like the second time or third time,
Yeah,
and Goku lands,
yeah,
and Nam's like, okay, I got him. And Goku like lands and he does that immediate like jump backwards and then into the kick and kicks him like while he's coming. Like that's so good.
Oh yes. And he's doing like that. Yeah, like coming down.
Yeah, Nam's coming down and Goku lands and he like jumps backwards into a jump and then jumps into a kick. So he like because he knows he's coming and he's like and he kicks him right in the face. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so for the 5-star Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
what character do you hate the most? Or just like really don't enjoy? That's a hard question.
See, there's been like characters I didn't really like, but then they're not really around that long. I didn't like Giran that much in this.
You like
but he's
Jiren?
like I mean, he was kind of a jerk just to be a jerk, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like I didn't like hate him. He's intentionally supposed to be like a monster jerk kind of guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking kind of like the guys from Krillin's dojo, kind
Yeah,
of like,
yeah, those
but
are
they're kind of
that's
meant to
yeah.
be. They're you kind of meant to hate them.
Yeah. They're kind of like extra terrible. Because at least Garen just came in to get some milk and then they kind of picked at him. You know what I mean?
I don't even know why Garen was in the tournament. He didn't even know about the money until they were like, if you fight these guys, you're gonna get disqualified and not win the money. He's like, oh, money. I like money. He was just there just
Yeah.
because.
Yeah. Just a yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely the guys from the Orin dojo thing. Yeah.
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 You know what, guys? I hate are the construction workers that let Master Roshi make children work in the field. Hate them.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I got these two kids, and they're like, yeah, absolutely.
Got it. We
Use your
love
shovel,
child
boys.
labor.
You know who I hate? I hate the guy at the top of the mountain that can't get his own milk. That's why.
Wow. I didn't think about those guys.
I
No.
hate that shark that always chases him in the pond.
Yeah. Dinosaur. Yeah.
Okay, so here you go. This might you might have already said this. So for the number 6 Dragon Ball, what's like
Okay.
the funniest line or funniest scene?
Oh man. Oh, okay. It's a yeah.
You already mentioned the slow
It's
mo.
something that Master Roshi and Goku did, and it was a thing that they said to each other, and I laughed out loud. Oh, he says something to him. I think it's after he fights him, and then he's just like, "Wow!" And then Goku says something, and Master Roshi's like, like he can't believe that it's happening. I laughed out loud. I can't remember what it was, but it's something there. It was something when
Oh,
he like,
you listen here, you little.
yeah.
Yeah, trying to
Oh, I
remember.
know it was the. It was when he says to him, he reveals that he's kind of Master Roshi, and he's like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "I can't understand." He's like, "Oh, well, you know," and he's like tries to explain to him like
He
how
takes.
he knows about it, and then he's like, "Yeah, but you said you taught, like you were the person who came up with it." And he's like, "Oh, well, it's different." He's like, "Well, how is it different?" And he's just like, "Stop talking like that." That's
Well, first I do this.
he made me. He was yeah,
Then I do this.
yeah, exactly. I do a couple of stretches. Yeah.
I like when Roshi pulls out like the
Oh,
chart, like the family chart, and he's like, "See, actually, I'm like his cousin. See how it's." It's like so now I'm like,
cousins were cousins.
he made this disguise, and then he made a family chart. Like he drew the family chart that he like somehow he thought he was gonna have to
Yeah,
explain like who. Like he just
he
carries it.
anticipated. He anticipated. Yeah, yeah,
Oh man.
exactly.
So which one are you picking? You picking the Roshi fight?
I'm
The
I'm
Goku?
picking the where he does the whole like first I stretch, then I take some 3 deep breaths. Like I'm doing
Yeah.
that's that. I laughed at that.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
Goku and him just pushing. Coco just keeps pushing
Yeah.
and pushing back. Like, what do you mean? How? Like, I don't understand.
Well, and then again, he's like, "Okay, no more hitting your trainer in the head." And he's like, "What?" And he's like,
What?
"I
Yeah,
got confused because my head." You shut up.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for the 7-star Dragon Ball, what's your favorite episode?
So you're gonna say, "What's my Dragon Ball wish?"
You don't because I'm getting to that. So number 7, you
Okay,
get
Zach.
7. You get 7.
Um,
God, you ruined the whole
my
thing.
favorite episode of the tournament saga is. It's got to be the one where they end up. Oh man, it's either find the stone or milk delivery, It's where
Okay.
they find out like what the training is, and that the training is like doing the field and bringing the milk,
Yeah.
all this stuff. And
Oh,
well, see, I don't know. It's either that or it's the turtle hermit way. It's like, I don't know if I like them learning what the training is or the result of the training.
okay.
Like
Yeah,
them
I know what you
realizing
mean.
that they're like insanely powerful.
Yeah, like when they first take off their shells and they jump like super
Yeah.
high and they're fast
I
and they run
think that
around
must
fast
be
and shit.
it. That's probably the turtle hermit way is probably what my
Wow.
favorite is. Like them realize like jumping really high and like using I really liked like, oh geez. Like I knew it was training them to be strong. And I figured like the digging with their hands on the ground was gonna
Yeah.
like, better grip strength. They're helping people, like you said.
Yeah.
They're learning that like fighting is not
Mm-hmm.
just fighting. It's like you need to help people in your village, and like
Yeah.
fighting is really more of a defensive thing and not an offensive thing. And
Yeah. You're
yeah,
protecting people and you're keeping your body
correct.
healthy.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
it was I think it's the Turtle Hermit way. I think it's the
Okay.
episode name.
I didn't
Yeah.
expect you to pick like a training episode. That's funny.
Yeah. I like all the fighting stuff, but because it was just a tournament, I don't it's kind of self-explanatory, like going in,
Mm-hmm.
either Goku, Krillin, or
Yeah.
Master Roshi is gonna win. So it wasn't really like a shocker.
Yeah.
But if it was like a fight, like Goku was fighting a bad guy to save the thing, then I probably would have liked whatever
Right.
episode. But because it was
Like the
just a tournament,
conclusion.
it was
Yeah.
more, yeah,
Yeah. No, I get that. That's cool. I like all the training stuff too. I like to like Goku learns like his grandpa used to do that milk delivery thing when he was
yeah,
training,
exactly,
and it's like this cool
yeah,
like connection to like everybody.
yeah. And I think too, there's a part too where you're to your point is like he's talking to Master Roshi and like he does something and like Goku's like, oh, this thing like my grandpa did, and he's like, yeah, I know, because it's like he's doing moves that Gohan was doing, but Roshi taught Gohan, so it's
Yeah,
like
right.
I liked all that stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that Roshi gets to train, his grandpa and then now like him.
Right, right,
Even though they're not related, it's you know what I mean.
right.
It's just cool. All right, so now you already ruined it, and I'm never gonna
I'm
forgive you for
sorry.
it. So now you have simulated all 7 Dragon Balls, and there's gonna be, obviously there's gonna be a
Oh
graph
yeah,
going,
they're
yeah,
all
but
right
you
here.
you ruined it. You ruined it, so I can't even talk
Yeah,
about it. So
no, that's fine.
now you got all 7 balls, Will.
Yeah.
So what is your wish for next season? The next saga.
Oh, for next saga, I'm interested in 3 things happening.
Okay.
Either the arrival of more characters that I know from Dragon Ball Z, like
Mm-hmm.
Krillin, so like people like that.
Yeah.
Probably Goku learning about him either being a Saiyan or learning more about his background. And I also would like a more substantial threat.
Mm. Okay.
So like Pilaf was cool, but it was more like Saturday morning goofy kid
Yeah.
stuff where he's just trying to get the Dragon Balls. And
Yeah.
then so I'd like a guy kind of, I'd like something to happen where it's like now Goku or Roshi or Krillin have to like they got to actually like, they got to fight this guy or defeat this guy
Yeah.
because or girl, doesn't matter, like fight this person so that they can save the village or not get killed or whatever.
Yeah. I think that's a great it's a great thing. And I think that kind of moves story forward.
So if I had to pick one, though, if I had to pick one wish, because the dragon only lets me pick one, it probably
Well,
would
the
be
Earth Dragon, yeah. Well, we'll see.
well. So
Uh,
I would probably say Goku learning more about his backstory. I would like a little bit more information on him
yeah.
being a Saiyan.
Okay. That's
Not
cool.
that I'm like bored with any of this stuff. I just would like him to, just have more background on his character. That's all.
Yeah. No, I know. I get that. I think that's kind of a hard wish at this stage
I know.
because like nobody really knows.
Right.
unless like somebody came down
Right, exactly.
from a different planet. And
Or
yeah,
from staying
that doesn't
land.
happen. That doesn't happen for years.
That's all right.
Cool. Well, that's a good wish.
You just
Yeah.
got to wish for comfortable underwear, and it's okay.
Every night before I go to bed, that's my
Please, Earth
please,
Dragon, please.
please let me find Fruit of the Loom that fits. Oh man, that's pretty good. So yeah, well there you go. That is the end of the tournament saga.
There it is.
We did it.
So,
So
okay.
no, go ahead.
No, because you're probably going to talk about it.
Nope, I was looking something.
Oh, I was going to say, so I see in the thing that you sent me, we do kind of a leap. So are we not watching those episodes? Or,
Man, I haven't even looked at that list I sent you in a while,
okay.
but I don't
Because
know.
I noticed, so we have here, the last episode we watched was The Final Blow. There's
Yes.
3 more episodes on Funimation. There's 3 more episodes in season 1 before it goes to season 2, but we're not watching like we're not watching like 5. There's like 5 episodes not listed that we would be skipping.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure if we were watching those and talking about them or just skipping and going on to the next stretch.
That's a good question. I don't remember. I remember I sent you that list originally. It was like some of the episodes you can skip
Okay.
to make it more fluid.
Probably
Like kind
just
of leave out like filler and stuff.
yeah, which I
But
can
it's one of those
understand.
things where this thing is so messed up when it's one of those things where like if you're enjoying it, you probably don't need to skip anything.
Well, personally, to me, like, because on our thing, we're skipping around in the William Shatner stuff because, like, they're standalone episodes, so you can miss out on stuff because it's like they're not going to refer to literally every alien and monster and thing that they come
Right,
across, so
right.
it's okay to skip. But like, there's certain stuff like this, I would feel like I missed out on something if
Miss stuff, yeah.
we get like 2-3 episodes in and they refer to something. And it's like, well, what are they referring to? You know,
So the final blow. Okay, so season 3, what I have here is the Red Ribbon Army saga.
right? And so the numbers are 34. The next episode, the
So I
Heartless
wrote
Red
down
Ribbon
okay. So yeah, so that's a pivotal episode.
I can
So that's
imagine.
kind of what it's doing is it's showing you like, okay, so these things are important. No, you know what? No, just disregard that list I gave you. Because you should see this because the first one there, the roaming lake, it's goes back to like Nam's village and it's a cool episode, and then Pilaf comes back and it's fun, and then yeah, no, it's worth watching. Honestly, it's like these are
Okay.
you can probably skip these, like something, like they don't really do anything for the season, kind of, but they are
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Okay.
They are enjoyable to watch. And
So
since
I
they're
think,
only 20 minutes, it's like might as
right,
well just
exactly.
watch them. You know what I mean?
Right. That's also kind of what I was thinking. So
And
I
it
think
does.
what
It
we,
goes back to like Chi Chi's in this one, and it's fun. Yeah, yeah. No,
yeah, I
so
saw her
let's
in the
just watch
thumbnail.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think what we should do is then do what was called the roaming lake.
Yep.
So I think we should do the roaming lake to major metal
Made
litrin.
okay.
That should be our next run. So
The
do those 5.
Terror of Muscle Tower.
That's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. This is a good season.
Yeah, I feel like the next time we get together, we'll talk about the filler episodes, and we'll get a little seasoning of the Red Ribbon Army saga, and then when we go to talking about it again, that'll be like the conclusion of that. You know what I mean? I feel like you give a little tease to the people following us along.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that makes sense. I'm looking at this list here. I think yeah, I think these get more and more like serious.
I'm sure they do. I got the impression when I skimmed. I didn't go ahead and look at thumbnails on the thing so I don't get spoiled. But
Yeah,
I kind
right.
of like just skimmed like the writing, the thing that you sent me, and it's
Yeah.
like very clearly it kind of ramps up as you go into the sagas. Like it seems like people come and like invade and do terrible things, and like they're having to fight and stuff. So I'm interested.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot longer too.
Yeah, as it goes on, yeah,
Yeah.
the like plot lines get
Oh, okay.
really
So
expensive.
yeah, so in my head, like the things I remember is like Tien showing up and like Piccolo,
Okay.
but like the Piccolo saga is not till season 8.
Okay.
So we're a ways from that. And season
Yeah,
9
I'm interested to see what I'm totally fine watching it
coming.
along.
So
Totally.
there's 9 full seasons that lead into like Dragon Ball Z
I see.
is the way I take that.
Cool. Okay.
Piccolo Jr. Yeah. So I think they're worth watching. I mean, we're on season 3.
Yeah, and I honestly don't you think that like
I like splitting them in half.
wouldn't it be nice like literally looking at it, we'll watch the next 8 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna watch 5 filler episodes, apparently according to this list, quote unquote, and we'll get to comment on it. Like, are those episodes necessary to watch? And then
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah,
can comment,
that's true.
give our recommendation. Like, should you skip them or should you watch them?
Yeah. I've seen both online. I've seen people say like, yeah, so if you're trying to get through it to get to Dragon Ball Z, like you can skip these ones. But I think that's more for people who have like seen the show before
I see. Yeah,
and you just want to like kind of
not like
binge it
me.
before. Yeah.
Yeah. I get you.
And other people say like, hey, so like they're like quick fun episodes, like just watch them all, like they're all good. Like even if like
Right.
they're considered to be like filler, they're all like fun episodes.
Silly and yeah,
And I think that's true. I think that's true. I think they're worth watching.
yeah. And
And
you
since
know
you've never
me,
seen them, let's just do it.
yeah. I mean, you know me also. Like I personally, just me, I hate watching something
Yeah.
and have the show reference something that I haven't seen. I hate it. We talked about in Star Trek. Like I hate it when they're like, "Oh, remember
Yeah.
this thing?" But
Oh,
then
this
when I
is worse
find
than
out
on
I
Beta Kappa
could
3.
yeah. But then when I find out I could actually watch
Mhm.
it, or they're like, "Oh no, they are actually referring to an episode." I'm like, "Well, why do I not I want to see it? I want to
Yeah,
have my own opinion of it." So,
I get that. Yeah. So let's just do it.
yeah,
Do it.
do it.
Do it. And we're kind of up to
Yeah.
the last place. So like when we were talking about this and I went through and watched a bunch of stuff, this is kind of like where I left off.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch.
You're ready. You're ready.
Yep. Yep. Goku's got to find Grandpa. Cool. All right. Well, that's our plan then. So next time we're talking about Dragon Ball, we're doing season 3,
That's right.
first half of season 3.
And now the nerd hole Dragon Balls have been scattered and turned to stone.
Yeah. 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 Let me just I'll animate that. Just
Yeah. You'll have to wait 2 more months before we say anything about.
oh, that makes me sick.
Oh.
Because you know what'll happen. It'll feel like tomorrow will be like, all right, so there we have. It's
Yeah.
been 2 months.
What for the number 5 Dragon Ball? What did you? I'll be like, And it'll be November, December.
What
when
is
we're
your
doing-
favorite Emperor Pilaf hat?
exactly? Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's us signing out.
Yeah. Yeah.